Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be discussing Pleasure Principle by Rotten Green Tea. Now before we get started, there will be spoilers, so if you don't want me spoiling this manhwa, go ahead and click off now. No worries, I'll catch you next time. Now for those of you left behind, let's go over some content warnings. There may be references to questionable consent and sexual coercion as it does appear in this manhwa. Now, if that's all with you, let's go and get started. As always, let's start with a quick synopsis. Jiho is broke and accident prone, which is not a great combination. So, to resolve his financial issues, Jiho goes on the hunt for a job online when he discovers a listing that seems too good to be true. However, no matter how questionable the listing, Jiho can't be too picky, so he calls and secures an interview. Unfortunately, what he finds when he arrives is not your typical shop. Instead, it's an adult shop. Jiho immediately regrets his decision, but before he can leave, the shop's manager pulls him into the interview. She asks a few personal and inappropriate questions, which freaks Jiho out enough that as he rushes to leave, he ends up knocking over a bunch of merchandise, totaling a hefty sum in damages. With no other choice, Jiho agrees to work there to pay off his new debt. Thankfully though, the job pays well, and Jiho even finds himself enjoying it. That is until one day after work, he bumps into a VIP customer, causing the customer to drop his phone in the street. Unfortunately, the phone is promptly run over by a passing motorist. This immediately indebts Jiho to the mysterious VIP customer. Thankfully, the customer is willing to forego a monetary repayment and instead just wants to receive, quote, special service, end quote. When he comes to the shop, well, what luck! Surely that can't be too difficult for innocent Jiho to handle, right? First off, the top is daddy material, right off the bat. He's super attractive, gentle, and super sweet. Sungyun is super attractive. Thankfully, all the characters are pretty well drawn and are either cute or sexy in their own ways. Jiho, our main character, is super cute. He's awkward and a bit dopey, which I don't mind in bottoms, but he's super impulsive, which leads to misunderstandings that can be a bit annoying. Regardless though, our two main characters are super cute together. Now, if you're looking for some kind of deep story, that's not what you're going to get here. It's very superficial. The story pretty much only exists to facilitate the sexy time, which is fine if that's all you want. And that's all I wanted at the time of reading this, so I was very pleased with it. I will say what story there is a bit frustrating and very stereotypical. To cause some tension, we have the possessive best friend Woojin, who has feelings for the main character. Then of course our top has a twin, Singyung, which causes all kinds of misunderstandings because Jiho sees the twin and assumes it's Sungyun. That was frustrating, but I found the twin more attractive than Sungyun. I'm a sucker for glasses, so here we are. The biggest issue I have though is the introduction of the twin, with the implication that there might be something between him and Woojin. I was actually really excited to see something play out between them because they're both super cute, and I assumed the twin Seunghyun would end up being a really sexy top. Unfortunately, that plot line is never revisited. Once they play their roles as obstacles for Jiho and Seunghyun, we don't ever see them together again. Don't get me wrong, I loved our main couple, but I would have really liked to see something done with other characters, especially since it seemed to be moving toward that. This is already a pretty short series, and I think it could have benefited from more episodes with the sub-couple. Finally, let's talk about the art. Wow, this is way later than it usually is. It's cute. It isn't perfect by any means, but when it's done well, it's done well. It's pretty and I don't really have any complaints there. I just wish we got more of Seunghyun's twin because, yum, a girl can dream. With all that being said, this is super short and exists just to be sexy. If you're interested in that, you can't really go wrong here. Don't get too attached to Woojin or Seunghyun because not much happens with them. But they're still nice to look at least. Don't expect a super deep story because there isn't one here. Just enjoy the ride. It's a quick but fun one. So, have you read Pleasure Principle? If so, what do you think? Do you agree with my assessment? Do you not? Let me know and comment below. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye!